Hello, my name is Sam Pirozzolo and you are with RightBitesTV, and it is summertime in the city, and everybody is going on vacation. I'm going on vacation, my co-host Bobby Zahn is going on vacation, and not only that, our Congress is going on vacation too. They haven't done much, they haven't passed a lot of the bills they said they would, but they're going on vacation anyway. So I'm here with my co-host Bobby Zahn. Bobby, can you fill us in on what's happening with our Congress?
Well, yeah, I mean, in particular, our Congressman, Dan Donovan, despite the fact that he was on television on New York One the other day, and he was talking about how he was working so hard in the district, and he was meeting with constituents, the truth of the matter is that he's not home at all. He's actually in Norway.
Norway? You're saying that Congressman Dan Donovan is on vacation with the Vikings. What could he possibly be doing in Norway?
Well, he's not actually on vacation with the Vikings. He's actually not on vacation at all. He's actually at the Aspen Institute Summit on American and global energy security.
So let me see if I have this straight. United States Congressman is in Norway attending a seminar on American energy security. That sounds like something they could do here in the United States. Why did he have to go to Norway? What's going on there?
Well, that's a very good question, and that's really what prompted me to start to dig in and start to look at what is this energy security summit all about. And in order to do that, I looked into the Aspen Institute and who they were. So what I found out is actually pretty shocking, considering that Dan Donovan is a Republican congressman, allegedly a Republican congressman, I guess I should say, because the Aspen Institute is a George Soros and Bill Gates funded foundation, and it's made up of a who's who of media, oligarch lobbyists, academia, and government type folks. And that's anywhere from Katie Couric to the Koch brothers, to Henry Louis Gates. We all remember him. He was the Harvard professor that got into a little beef with the cops and Obama took his back, to Madeleine Albright. And what they do and what they're all about is it's all the usual left-wing subjects. It's global warming, it's income inequality, and in fact they even had a PLO member talk at a meeting on global security.
So hold on a second. What you're saying makes me think that maybe Dan Donovan is in trouble. He's on vacation at a George Soros sponsored event that's also had members of the PLO as speakers.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I think it even gets a little bit better than that. This Aspen Institute, they have what's called the Congressional program, and the Congressional program allows members of Congress to be educated by them on what they consider to be complex and important issues. So basically what they do is they retreat to a foreign country. They don't allow reporters or congressional staff, so read into that secret, and they don't allow lobbyists. Now that is lobbyists other than the lobbyists that they are, who are actually educating them. It actually kind of sounds a little bit more like a FEMA re-education camp for leftists, except that Donovan went willingly and nobody had to drag him there.
So this definitely sounds like bad news for the people represented by Dan Donovan. But, I can understand your concern about George Soros because we know that's about as left and liberal as it possibly gets. But you mentioned the Koch brothers. I mean, what's going on with the Koch brothers? Why are they there?
Well, I don't really know, but the Koch brothers are some of the richest people in the world, and the richest people in the world are definitely hanging out with the leftists because they found out that a partnership with government is really what they what makes them the most money. And you really haven't heard the left complaining about the Koch brothers lately. So I would imagine that they found a home over there with the rest of the uber wealthy that are that are grabbing government money. But if you really want to know who this Aspen Institute is, you're going to have to do a little bit of research on your own. And there was a really, really good Breitbart article on Jonathan Greenblatt. He's the guy who smeared Steve Bannon. And if you look up that Breitbart article, you'll see it talks a lot about this Aspen Institute and who they are. So there's really no question about who they are and what their causes are.
Okay, so let me get this right. Dan Donovan is on vacation, and he left the United States to go to Norway on this trip, but nobody really knows about it. I mean, who did he tell that he was going? How do we let the rest of Staten Island know, or all the people he represents, that he's out at the George Soros Re-Education School right now?
Well, he did a press release, but of course he didn't mention George Soros, and he was nice enough to mention the Aspen Institute, so somebody who was a little bit enterprising and wanted to figure out what this group was all about was able to do it. But he did a press release, but like most leftists, it was much too duplicitous. He certainly didn't come clean and come forward with where he was. He basically, when I read it, I thought that they were protecting the grid or something. Like when he talked about energy security.
American energy security.
American energy security, that's right. I thought he was talking about the grid. I thought maybe with all this North Korea stuff, maybe they were looking to, find out a way to stop the electromagnetic forces from the sky into, that's what I thought it was. Little did I know, but maybe I should have suspected that he's at Soros education camp.
So let me get it. Congressman Dan Donovan leaves the United States to go to Norway to attend an American energy summit being run by George Soros. And it sounds like that's pretty big news. We have a congressman that's being re-educated by leftist liberals. I mean, don't you think the main media would have picked this up, or the local media would have picked this up?
Well, fake news has no interest in exposing this stuff. I reached out to 2 local reporters. One of them didn't think that it was a story at all, and one of them hasn't gotten back to me yet. But that's what we're here to do, Sam. We're here to dig a little bit deeper than the mainstream media is willing to dig, and we're going to do our best to report it to the people of the city of New York. But I will tell you this. The thing that I'm most disappointed about about the mainstream media not picking it up is because I love nothing more than to watch Jessica Proud spin and shake like an overfilled washing machine in the laundromat.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. Congressman Donovan leaving the United States to go and party with George Soros and the Koch brothers.
In secret.
In secret. All right, so Bobby, thank you once again for coming on to the show. I appreciate it. And this is Sam Pirozzolo and Bobby Zahn with Right Bites. Until we see you next time, thank you very much.
Thank you.